Welcome to another episode of Not for the Weak Minded. Now, this is my passion. I'm going to be honest with you. I absolutely love doing this work. And I'm going to show you some amazing things. If you can read on the screen already. Possible tunnel to entrance to inside this place. And I've been looking all over Wales today. So all the things on this list are just from about, 2 hours work, just looking. And the things I can show you are going to open your mind to the extent of what is hidden in plain sight and what happened in the past, because everything got destroyed, and there is ancient sites all over Wales, all over England, all over Scotland, and it's hidden in plain sight. So let's do this. Let's zoom in. This place is fascinating. There's a lot to talk about this one place. So we're in Wales. But you see this? This construction. Let's turn it up a bit. See it? That's a wall. And it somehow goes like that. Kind of looks like a UFO. Sort of. I'm not saying it is. It's definitely construction though. And there's a path going up to the river. What do you think? Let me know what you think. I mean, we can look for the years, but this is the best image we're going to get. There we go. Blurry. You know. Covered over. Again, there it is though. And the shadow's covering it. But that looks like a tunnel to me. That looks like a doorway going in somewhere. Moving on. Let's do this one. So just next to it, you have this plateau. It's clearly been engineered, and again, that's a shadow. It looked like this was cut. This is a plateau. You can see this is a plateau. This is lower down now. I see. Again, someone's been and done this. That didn't happen by accident. This is all engineered for a reason, because people were living here. Where were they living? Well, so look, what's this place? Again, shadows. Maybe not, that's maybe not an entrance. So, but this one definitely is. Where'd it go? That's there. Next, let's talk about our history, archaeology. It's full. The people in charge are pirates, right? And they've never told us the truth. And a lot of the quarry sites are actually from ancient sites. And they just take away the stone and repurpose them for other things. This is completely illegal, by the way, but they've been doing this for so long that no one really cares about it. You know, the pilfering and destruction of ancient sites under the guise of money and quarries. But this is exactly what's going on in Wales right now. Look, I mean, this is clearly a wall. This is a wall. This is construction here. No, it's just a quarry, right? And people, I know I say a lot, quarries are part of ancient sites and stuff. It's I'm trying to say it's true, you know? And this whole thing is part of a massive star fault. By the way, you can see that this has all been engineered. So they had a go originally at robbing this area up here. I think they didn't find much. So they decided, all right, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll rob this place instead down here. And then there's in other areas where I can show you they've been with a metal detector, and you can just see holes everywhere, right? You see this? You know, this type of thing. That's a star fault feature, right? But they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere, and definitely a star fault. They just want to put it, label it as a quarry. We'll take whatever's in there and we'll reinvest it in other things. They were close to this. This isn't, as someone who studies archaeology and tries to put that into practice using this tool, because that's all it is. This is interesting. Just off the mark. So construction. Again, sometimes you have to flick through the years to look properly. At one point there was a big building here, I believe. It went all the way along here, down here, up here. And this was a pathway. Anyway, showed you that. Remains of a very large ship. There it is. You see that? This comes down here, finishes there. And I think there's another one potentially, because there's a lot of things I've said on my videos that I've seen, but I've not actually showed. You always see new things all the time. The problem is, right, it's good looking for ancient culture, but now it's trying to understand what they did with the landscape and what the landscape was, which is understanding that geological times lie and these very large beings were once in the landscape. I mean, this has been engineered. You can see, look, clear as day. There's this 90-degree angle there. And this is just all in Wales, just waiting there to be pilfered by the elite if they get their hands on it. While they lie to everyone about everything. Buried railway lines, here we go. When you do this as well, when you skip from locations, you see things all the time. Now, might not be this year. Let's go back through time. Wasn't that year. It looked like buried lines. This feature right here, right? You know? But it might not be, I might be wrong. That could be part of a building, you know? Rather, one of them looked like it was buried, but it's not, is it? Clearly it's not. Maybe it was this one. No, but definitely this is a building of some kind. You can see that. That's straight edge. It's probably a giant's head. Buildings. Okay. Start for wall. I was meant to say. Let's go for different times. again, different perspectives, but there's definitely something here, you know. It's got the star fort shapes, buildings here, buildings in there. I know many of you will go, I can't see it, but I've trained myself to see these things. But look, square buildings. There's buildings here. Definitely buildings here at one point. I mean, I'd love to go out and actually prove my discoveries, but it costs money. That is what I don't have. Look at this, look, it's just crazy. It's everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's ancient culture buried, pretty much, and destroyed. Who's putting all these walls up, you know? So I think there's one more, a couple more. So this is where actually I started from here. When I started looking at Snowdon for another video, which I haven't put on, I come across this feature in the landscape, and it just started me going looking around elsewhere. This is absolutely amazing what you're seeing here. It's a creature, a very large creature that's got wings in the landscape. Maybe it's been machined into the landscape, or maybe this is actually something that died there and remained in the landscape that then other cultures lived on top of. This is my hypothesis. So they basically what they did was the thing was dying or whatever, it turned to stone, and they decided, right, what we'll do is we'll use this as a monument to be seen from the air, right? Because it can only be seen from the air, this thing, just like the geoglyphs in other countries. This is beyond the geoglyph. You know, this is a civilizational marker. And you got a star fort right there, and you got buildings, and this 2020 wasn't the best year. Let's do 2006. You know, there's buildings all over it. So people were living here at one point because they had to build these things. And what is their purpose? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of putting buildings all the way just along these things? I may not. That's a mystery in itself, you know. But I got a theory about, through my research, that essentially whoever or whatever came down from the heavens after some event, or you know, survived the event, they had the ability to, well, create this from what is left, you know. And like perhaps this is an ancient quarry, and they would have used this stone to build all the stuff around here. Do you know what I mean? But they instead of it being all like what the quarry I've just showed you, they decided, oh, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll make it beautiful, and then we'll have another purpose for it with these buildings, right? So that it's not a waste of destruction. You know what I mean? But I have found features like this across the landscape. This is engineered, I'm telling you now, but similar to this, that's not as well. So that's one. Maybe it was 2009. But you can see there's clearly construction here. I had one, might have been 2015. There it is. You see this wall. So it's hidden everywhere. It's in Wales, it's in England, it's in Scotland. I'll show you now, and I kid you not, the scale of it via Google Earth, right? And this is the true magnitude of what is really out there to be found, okay? Because it's out there, everything. So all this brown and all this stuff here and all this mud, right, is going to be full of evidence. So if I put on the rest of my stuff that I found today, which I'm not going to show you now, maybe in another video, I mean, this is it. This is just this area and that, and I only did that in a couple of hours looking. Trust me, there is so much stuff to find that rewrites everything, and it's right in front of our faces every day. You know what I mean? Under this mod. So to top it off, what I'm trying to say as well is that the elites, the Templars, right, pirates, they've never told us the truth, and they use these ancient sites as quarries. I mean, look at this site. Look, it's everywhere. It's all across. Farmers didn't put these walls up, all right? Look at it. So, please share, like, and subscribe.